So he's saying throw the ball. Had been pinched up the middle, double play depth, and couldn't quite get to that.
Well, if you're Strowman and Trevino behind the plate, you're thinking keep the ball on the ground. Strowman not happy with that baseball final.
And you could see Strowman venting as he walked up and down the dugout. Yankees obviously all frustrated right now with the way they've been playing of late. 3-10 in their last 13 games.
All right, so it's no surprise to anybody that the Yankees have been spiraling for the past couple of weeks now, right, with the offense just being absolutely dead in a crazy slump and the pitching just giving up, a bunch of runs every game, basically. And honestly, the bubble of sort of the frustration has just been growing larger and larger until that bubble basically burst in today's game at the bottom of the 5th inning, right? Marcus Stroman sort of just erupts, right? He has a little outbreak on the mound. But before that, let's break it down a little bit. So at the beginning, right, Isaiah IKF gets a base hit, and he's sitting at first base. And after that, Bo Bichette is up at bat. And Bo Bichette gets a ground ball single to right field just in the reach of Gleyber Torres. And that's sort of where it kind of started. Marcus Stroman kind of just let out like a yell, like a scream. Very frustrated in that sense. And you kind of feel as though if Gleyber ran a little bit harder, right, he probably could have made that play. But, I mean, he was still kind of far away anyway. But regardless, it's just, you could tell it. The frustration is just getting to Strowman, getting to a lot of people now. And so, yeah. So now you got runners at first and second. Then Horowitz comes up to bat. Eventually, Marcus Stroman, I guess, hits him. And now the bases are loaded with Vladdy Guerrero, the dangerous hitter on the team, comes up. The last guy you want to bat. And it reaches a 3-2 count. Vladdy eventually hits it into a ground ball to short to Volpe. And, well, no, he hits it to short, right? And Volpe fields it, flips it to Gleyber, and Gleyber throws it to first base and does not get Vladdy Guerrero out, which results in scoring the runner at third base, and that leads to 2 outs. So, with Vladdy safe, right? And that's where basically Marcus Stroman kind of goes nuts, right? He's just yelling like, oh, come on, bro. You should have fucking threw that. And honestly, throughout the whole season, right, we have, honestly, in my opinion, we have two of the weakest arms up the middle, right? Volpe at short, I always thought his arm was pretty weak. And Gleyber Torres, he has a stronger arm. But either A, he just refuses to throw hard. Like, he's just so nonchalant and just slacks all the time, right? Which I made a video about before. Or, it's just, again, he's just slow. So his glove transfer is like the slowest thing I've ever seen. Like, he just doesn't want to be rushed. He doesn't want to be under pressure. And that's kind of what happened to him. It was a combination of both those things in this double play. Like always, the Yankees just don't convert double plays. Like, there are so many instances in so many games where these double plays are not converted. And it's so frustrating to see. And honestly, with the pitchers, they probably wanted to show their frustrations in that. Like, convert the fucking easiest double play. How do you let Vladdy outrun you in a double play? And that's just what happened. And, Marcus Stroman just like, come on, bro, throw the fucking ball, which I agree. The glove transfer could have been faster, but it's just the bubble popped. The bubble pops and Marcus Stroman just goes nuts. And eventually, they take Marcus Stroman out. Whoever comes in, bases loaded again, but Trevino comes in and saves the day, I believe, and leads to the next inning. And then you see at the top of the 6th, Marcus Stroman's in the dugout, just still yelling, just absolutely pissed off, right? And honestly, like, this is what we have been sort of wanting to see from the Yankees for a couple of years now, right? Like, when was the last time you saw a player on the Yankees show this much passion? You know what I mean? Brett Gardner. I think he was the last one on the team that showed this level of heart and this level of just passion for playing baseball. Everybody else has been dead. They're just like, oh, well, we're Yankees. We're coming in. We expect to win. God forbid if Boone, ever comes out and holds players accountable. That will never happen, right? There's just been no accountability, right? And Marcus Stroman comes out, shows frustration, shows that he cares, holding people accountable. Throw the fucking ball. You know what I mean? And guess what happened? The top of the 6th inning, boom, 6 runs. Jemiah Jones gets a blooper. Anthony Volpe bunt single. Juan Soto 3-run homer. And then on it goes. Judge with a single. Doogie gets on. J.D. Davis with a double. And then it just keeps on and keeps on going. And then they score more 2 runs. They score like 2, I think in like the 8th. They get like another 2 runs and make it 9. And then in the top of the 9th, they go ballistic again. Another 6 runs. All the way going to 16 points. They absolutely erupt. See, this is what happens when you have a guy that has balls, right? And shows a little bit of testosterone. And all the other guys remember, oh, well, we're meant to. And absolutely go out there and show them. Show the people who the Yankees are. And they put up a whole bunch of runs. And you got Marcus Stroman basically doing Aaron Boone's job. You know what I mean? But it was much needed. Glaber goes out onto the plate. He gets a 3-run home run. Granted, he reached for it, right? It was very off the plate, but still. He needed that. He got the 3-run home run. Smiles all around. And then he comes up again, I think in the 9th or the 8th, and gets a single, right? Going to right field. And, he looked pretty good. Hopefully you can build upon that. It's the same thing with Alex Verdugo. They were all in a slump. They got a bunch of hits. Everyone contributed nicely. And it was all started from the bubble of frustration being popped by Marcus Stroman. Now, let's be honest. There's a lot of players in that clubhouse that are probably sick of it. Pitchers especially. That are just sick of the bullshit happening with, the fielding and just the moping and no offense and just feeling sorry for themselves. And, Marcus Stroman just shows a little bit of fucking emotion and it changes everything. Everybody feeds off that emotion. Juan Soto hated the Padres because they should play with no emotion. He said that. They don't play with any heart. And which is true. Just look at them, what they did last year. I mean, they're lazy. Look at Manny Machado. Manny Machado came out and said, yeah, I don't do that. I don't run. He'll never run out a ground ball. If it's not a base hit, he don't care. He's never gonna run. That's not his game. And then everybody else moping and all that in the Padres. That's what he left. He wants to come out and win. And when you're the Yankees and you're just expecting, if you're trying to pretend like you're the 2023 Yankees and just coming out expecting to win because of the Yankees, well, that's a recipe for disaster. This is why you need players with heart, like Marcus Stroman. And a lot of people hate Stroman because he came out with the Yankees. This guy is he's a New Yorker, born and raised in New York. Like, he knows what the Yankees means. He was angry when Brian Cashman passed up on him years ago. He wanted to play for the Yankees, and he understands why. Honestly, he was in the right to come at fucking Yankees, the organization, and the Yankee fans. Because let's be honest, some of the Yankee fans, think with their emotions a little too much. So, regardless, this was much needed. This got everything going in the right direction. And hey, honestly, we need more players like Alex Verdugo and Marcus Stroman to change the team, to bring out the passion in the team. You need to get more players like this. And he saved the season. He saved this season. Because if he didn't do what he did, it would have just kept spiraling out of control. Right? So, shout out to Marcus Stroman. Shout out to the Yankees for going out there and handling business. And I think this should be the turning point. Hopefully, moving into the future, right? And maybe the Yankees can go win more games like how they were doing at the beginning of the season. Right? No more slumping. Let's just keep winning. All right? But either way, I like what we saw. I like what happened. So with that being said, take care. Let me know your thoughts, and go Yankees.